Hey everybody, Circus here coming at you with another Duel Academy video. This time we're going to be doing activation timings and you. Why is this so important? Well, activation timings can cause you to win or lose a game. And as a tournament caster, you see this quite a bit, don't you, Ryi?
All the time, even at high stakes games, you see it happen all the time.
Why don't you explain a little bit what we're talking about here?
Yeah, so cards like example Floodgate Trap Hole, very popular card out there. Even when you know your opponent has it, what can you really do? Sometimes you just have to play into it to get rid of it. However, something a lot of people don't know is you can actually dodge the floodgate, because if you read the text, it says specifically when your opponent summons a monster or monsters. That specific when is very important when we're trying to dodge floodgate. So the two cards I'm going to use for as an example is going to be Floodgate, like I talked about earlier, and then also Rampage, Chimera Rampage Dragon from the Cyber Dragon decks. I'm going to show you what happens when you do dodge the Floodgate, how this card will also miss timing as well, because it also has the when in its card effect in there.
All right, so why don't we check it out and see what happens?
So this first example is kind of what you expect to happen. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to activate my Cyberload Fusion. I'm going to Fusion Summon my Chimera Tech Dragon. I'm going to get the prompt to destroy the back row on Summon. However, since it's the first thing that I'm kind of doing, and it's a targeting ability versus an untargeting ability, my opponent is going to get a chance to activate that card in response. He's going to Floodgate my Dragon face down. I can't flip it back up. The card's going to go to the graveyard, and then that's all I can do. I have to end my turn when I could have potentially won that game had that Floodgate not interrupted me.
And then essentially there's nothing you can do with that card anymore.
Essentially, now I can only swing with that card that I summoned because of Cyberload Fusion. There's nothing I can do for my turn anymore.
Right. All right, so what are we going to see in this example?
So here, I'm going to show you how I dodge the Floodgate and kind of what happens with my Rampage Dragon when I end up doing that. So you see here, I'm going to activate my Kinetic support. I do toggle on, so the toggle button, make sure that is on. If you don't know how to do that, make sure to click on your settings and turn the toggle on. And then once you're in there, you're able to chain another card. That's kind of what you're kind of going for. Otherwise, if you just did auto, it would just resolve the card and you go on to your next card, and that's not what we want to do.
Because when you turn it to on, it stops at every possible time you can activate.
Every possible time you can activate things, yes, and that's what we're looking for.
Okay.
So here, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to activate the Cyberload Fusion, as you're seeing on your screen. That is going to cause the dragon to summon on Chain Link 2 or higher at this point, rather than Chain Link 1 or higher. So now what's happening is the Rampage Dragon comes out, and immediately there's another effect happening, which is cutting my life points in half. Because that effect is happening, Floodgate specifically says when that monster is summoned, you can activate it and flip it down. However, it was summoned and then another effect happened. Floodgate can no longer chain to that anymore. There's something else blocking it at that point. And because that also happened, my dragon loses his timing as well, so I can't use his effect to pop back row cards. So you do get kind of like that double-edged sword effect there. However, in this situation, I can still activate my dragon's effect, swing 3 times, and win the game in this duel, just because I avoided that trap hole.
So both of you missed activation windows then?
Pretty much, we both ended up missing it. So you do have to be careful kind of how you do it. This is whenever you hear people in the community say, oh, just make Yubel miss her timing, this is kind of what they're talking about. Making sure that with the conditions to either summon or destroy a monster or flip a monster down, if you make those conditions unmeetable, the effect simply doesn't happen.
All right, so there you have it. This was just a real quick lesson for you on activations and timing. So if you liked what you saw and you want to see more stuff like this, make sure to like, comment, subscribe so we know you enjoy this kind of content. And hope in the future we're going to be doing a video on reading cards and delays. So make sure to check those videos in the future. And thanks, Ryi, for stopping by.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
All right, we'll see you next time here on Duel Links Entertainment.